Good afternoon. My name's Ian. I hope you're all well. I hope you find you all well. And I'm sure that some of you we've met before. But Jackie's asked me to record a little piece for you to talk about NLP. So, what is NLP? NLP is neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic programming. Not necessarily always the best phrase in the world or the best title in the world, but it's one of those things that's really useful, and it's a conversational communications technique and a series of techniques that we can use in order to be able to help share ideas with each other, in order to be able to explore things. Very often NLP is talked about and thought about, certainly by a friend of mine. He talks about it like being really fit with your thinking. So, in those times when you're feeling quite healthy and quite vibrant in life, and suddenly everything is really easy, whether it's from going shopping, whether it's from hanging out with people, whether it's just suddenly having that level of clarity of thought. And NLP is a little bit like that. It's about having that clarity of thought around our own thinking. Have you noticed that very often when you talk to people, they get all wrapped up in the weeds? Very often people really concentrate on what it is you've said, as opposed to how you tried to say it and actually what message you wanted to share with them. What was your intention that sat behind it? What actually were you trying to achieve? And so when we get drawn into the weeds, then very often we get really wrapped up in what people are saying. NLP is not really always about what people say, but it's about how they think, how they structure it, and how they say it. How we do our problems. More importantly, it means that once we understand how we can do our problem, it means that we can understand how we can do our solution. So when you're feeling really fit and really healthy, everything's really easy. And so when we're really fit with our thinking, then actually we can be really fit and healthy with our thinking, which has a massive impact on the people around us, on not only our own thoughts and feelings, but the people that we're there to support and to share our lives with. NLP allows us to be able to explore some ideas to be the best version of us that we can be. Now, how does it work? Well, that's an interesting question. There's lots of little tools and techniques and little tips within it. But the first thing I think that's probably worth thinking about, that sits as a fundamental tenet of NLP, is that actually most people are doing the best they can. And what that means then is that when we talk to people, very often we have a little bit of a responsibility to make sure that we truly listen to people. And I know now, no doubt, that you've got lots of people going on in your lives and people that you can bring to your mind's eye right now who may be good listeners, but there's definitely probably quite a few people that aren't. Because most people get a little bit wrapped up in what we say. So therefore, then they're not actually listening, they're waiting to speak. They may pause before they wait to speak, but it means they're waiting to speak. Whereas in NLP, we learn to listen. We truly learn to listen, to be able to truly empathise, to be able to be in this space with the other people around us. And that's because I'm not only interested in what you have to say, but more importantly, I'm interested in how you've constructed your idea and how you speak. Not just your tone of voice or whether you're happy or sad, but actually how do you do your problem? How do you create it? Because once you know how to create it, you can pull it apart and tease it apart, and now you can understand how to be able to create the solution to what it is that you need to be able to resolve in your life. So NLP is really important for us. Essentially, it's about allowing people to be the best version of them they can be and understanding how to communicate with them. So it means then that we can stay out the content, we can stay out the weeds. We don't need to get into all that low-level detail that lots of other techniques and lots of other counselling and coaching philosophies do. Not all of them, but some of them. And it means then that it allows us to be able to be in a place where we're free to talk to people and have a really meaningful conversation, because we can talk to them about how they do their problem and how they might do their solution, rather than just simply what's going on for them. Because what's going on is only ever a very small part of the jigsaw. How they do it very often is totally and utterly key to the unlocking of them being able to be the best version of them they can be. So if you'd like to be the best version of you that you can be in any one particular moment, if you'd like to be really fit with your thinking, if you'd like to be really clean with your ideas, to be able to make yourself really resourceful, really powerful, in order to be able to share lots of ideas with all the people around you, to be able to allow them to blossom and grow. So if you're a teacher, if you're an educator, if you're a leader, if you're a mum, if you're a mother, if you're a grandmother, and you want to be able to support people on their journey, then maybe NLP is worth having a little bit of an investigation in. Maybe it's worth coming and having a bit of a nosy and to find out, how can I truly communicate with people in order to be able to truly focus what it is on what they have to say and how I can absolutely help them unlock what it is they need to achieve. So if there are questions that you can answer yes to, then maybe actually an NLP course is for you. Come and say hello.